Rook B8 looking for counterplay with Rook B1, but Denis has done a great job punishing the ambition from Hikaru and turning those small advantages into bigger ones. He's getting his type of positions. And Eric, we have to take a moment to look at the score line here. 5.5 for Denis Lazavik. He's taking the lead in this matchup.
Well, speaking of that, yes, he's won 2 in a row, but that last game, Hikaru wasn't even trying to push for an advantage. He was just uncomfortable. Yeah. Denis had the advantage, and Hikaru was just trying to survive. And these are the kind of positions that Magnus wasn't giving Denis.
That's right. Yeah, it felt like Magnus was almost playing Denis's positions just in a really tough style matchup. In this case, Denis is kind of going toe-to-toe in these more aggressive positions, and Hikaru has got to bounce back. You mentioned a couple in a row. It cannot be more than that.
If there's time, if they had timeouts, this would be a great time to take a timeout if you were Hikaru, because look at the similarities in a lot of these games. He's stuck with weaknesses, doubled pawns, not much counterplay. He's giving open files. I mean, it kind of looks like just the fundamentals, but Denis is achieving that time and time again, and really punishing Hikaru. He really needs to elevate his game because in this direction, like he looked bad last game.
Yeah,
that was
it could be trouble going forward if things are not corrected. But the thing about Hikaru is he's never out. And even though the result right now, we weren't feeling this way when he was up 1. Now that he's down 1, we're just looking at Denis Lazavik starting to feel the pressure. He's dealing with it well. Knight E6 is on the board, and this move from Hikaru looks to be well calculated and an important reply. Eric, knight to E5. If you don't play that move, how do you deal with this? Because taking on E6 looks extremely dangerous.
No, I wouldn't take on E6. Knight E5 played. White's going to pick up the bishop pair, but could have been a lot worse. There's some discovered checks we're looking at. Normally speaking, the bishop pair would be quite nice, open position, but there's a feature here. Black's bishop on C5 is very strong. The F file is open. Queen F6, you can envision Black building up pressure here, and if White has to decide to give up the bishop pair, then all of a sudden, we're pretty comfortable.
Exactly, and bishop E3 did need to be played. It's interesting because it felt like Hikaru was right back into it, calculating well. Knight E6 was a great move, but Knight E5 was almost an even better reply. And it feels like this bishop is strong on B3, but look at the black pieces. Literally every single one is on dark squares, so that light squared bishop doesn't have that same impact.
Yeah, Queen F4, trying to trade off pieces. I think Denis knows what he has to do. Like this style, it's very consistent. He's offering trades in positions he knows. Hikaru didn't play this opening to play another endgame.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, if you trade queens, that bishop and queen, there's no more, the king isn't as weak on H8. Just a technical position. And I think if you're rooting for Denis, he's got to pick up some points in this portion, because I really do rate Hikaru as a heavy favorite in the bullet portion.
Yep.
And we've seen him storm back in many SECs in that here. But right now he's rattled and he's not getting advantages. So this is a really, really good opportunity for Denis.
Yeah, and speaking of, Hikaru played rook E1. We actually noticed the knight goes back to E5. The point of knight C6 was to play knight D4.
He just blundered. Just blundered F4.
F4
the back
checkmate.
rank. Oh, that is Denis hardly ever blunders. And look at that.
What a crucial result, and that is a one mover.
Just when Hikaru was getting frustrated, he's not going to miss that.
No, that's a gift at this level. It's probably the most significant blunder that we've seen, maybe in the entire competition.
Oh, from Denis in both matches, this is that is elementary.